Guys of a Certain Age is brought to you by no one. Absolutely no one. Except these dudes walking down memory lane. Now let's head to the studio to see what they misremember next.
It's the podcast that does not appear in any info dump from the Justice Department. It's Guys of a Certain Age. Robbie Koblenz alongside
Art Shirley, not in the files.
Not in the files. Have you?
I have not looked at the files.
I have not looked at the files. We're not going to talk about what files we're talking. We're not going to dignify those files with an answer.
Right.
But
right.
Anyway, yeah, it's funny to see how athletic conference schools have been ranked, how many times they've appeared in the files.
Wow.
And so
I have not seen that.
Yeah.
Now, that'd be something I'd be interested in.
Floating on Twitter. Apparently, Liberty University is number one.
Gosh.
At CUSA.
Hugh Freeze. And I will tell you, I have had trouble speaking all day. I've been in a meeting and could not get my thoughts articulated. That sounded pretty good, though.
It did. Mm-hmm. Well, when has that ever stopped us before?
That's nothing new. Yeah.
I hope you got a geek, because I don't have a geek yet.
I do have a geek. It's not really a very strong geek, but it's something that just kind of I saw yesterday. But Samara Weaving, do you know who the actress I'm talking about?
No.
Okay, so she is the niece of Hugo Weaving.
Okay.
You know, from the Matrix fame, from the Lord of the Rings fame, and from Red Skull, the original Red Skull, before he decided he didn't want to be in Marvel movies anymore. She has been rumored, and I thought it was a more concrete rumor, but apparently it's more fan casting at this point. But she has been rumored to take on the role of Harley Quinn.
Okay.
In a different interpretation than we've seen so far in the movies. Margot Robbie has played her so far in the movies, and I guess 3 movies now. But a couple of Suicide Squads, and then Harley Quinn and the Birds of Paradise, or whatever that thing was called. But one thing about Samara Weaving is that she bears a very striking resemblance to Margot Robbie. In fact, sometimes it's kind of hard to tell them apart. So it's interesting to me that, and again, I was thinking it was more substantial when I decided to do this one, and then just now looked and said, no, it's really more fan casting. But this would be in the Robert Pattinson Batman movie. So we're looking at Batman 2, which I think they are still moving forward with. And she would play a very substantial role. Whoever's going to do Harley Quinn is going to have a much more substantial role in this movie and be tied to Barry Keogh, and I can't remember how to say his name. I apologize for that. But his version of the Joker, which we saw just very, very briefly, remember at the end of the first Batman movie. So that's kind of exciting. I kind of like where that's going.
Yeah, I'm ready for James Gunn to announce his Batman.
Me too, and I think a lot of people are.
Is it just me, or does it feel like Gunn may have a plan, but it doesn't feel like it's a very solid plan.
I think it's probably a little more put together than the final Star Wars trilogy was. But that ain't saying a lot.
No, It's not saying a lot at all.
Uh-huh.
So, but have you rewatched Superman?
You know, I haven't, and I thought that would be something I would rewatch pretty close to the time it came out on HBO Max. I thought I would have watched it by now, and I just haven't. I mean, there's been plenty of times I've sat down and thought, I'm going to watch this, and haven't. And interestingly enough, of the 2 movies that came out, I was the different one here. I liked Superman better than Fantastic Four, though I enjoyed both movies. You and Jay liked Fantastic Four better than Superman, and again, I think we all liked both and thought they were kind of a return to form for both movies. But I did rewatch the Fantastic Four movie and enjoyed it again. I think some of the same things we've talked about, as being problems with it, because you rewatched it and didn't like it as much, or am I right about that?
Fantastic Four, I kind of went through it.
Yeah, and I wonder if Superman's going to be the same thing for me.
Yeah.
Because I think about watching and go, well, I got to get through that part. And so I'm going, okay. Yeah. The parents, which, so.
The parents really grated on my nerves.
I think it did a lot of folks. And I understand that they, did the research, and that was supposed to be an accurate, tone for some accent for somebody from Kansas or whatever. But we have such a clear idea, and no small part thanks to the 78 movie, those parents, and then Smallville. So I think if you'd gone one of those 2 ways, I think you'd have been fine. But and maybe that was the idea. They didn't want to do that. But again, it was something that I think for a lot of people was kind of off-putting.
I mean, Clark had friggin' Bo Duke as a dad. I mean, come on.
That's right. That's right.
I mean, to me,
and a former Lana Lang as a mom.
That's right. John Schneider is one of my favorite all time.
He's just I mean, they were both, I think, perfectly cast for that series.
I agree.
And so many of the people that played parts in those roles. I mean, it's hard to argue that Michael Rosenbaum is not one of the best Lex Luthors, if not he's just fantastic.
He really is. Yeah. And I don't understand why they didn't give him a shot.
They just do not want to do the TV thing. You know, there was a rumor, another unsubstantiated rumor, that Grant Gustin was seriously being considered for The Flash, now that whole thing has changed. But they're saying, no, that's not going to happen.
And Grant Gustin was
a great Flash. Yeah.
And who played Oliver Queen?
In which iteration?
I mean, in Arrow. I mean, the Arrow Oliver Queen.
Oh, yeah. Steve Annette. No, that's not right. Not Steve either. Gosh, I cannot believe I can't remember the guy's name.
He was great.
Yeah, he was really good. He was really good. Yeah. And dog, after 9 years of watching it, here I can't come up with his name.
That's okay. Maybe you can come up with it in a second. So,
as I look for it.
I've got a couple things. We may have talked about, I can't remember if I brought it as a geek, the new Maul animated series coming to Disney Plus in April.
No. I don't remember hearing that. Maybe it was with Jay.
Yeah, maybe not. Who knows? Mm-hmm. It doesn't count unless it's with you, Art.
Okay.
Sorry, Mr. Reed. Whoa. What is that? Oh, that's what that is. I've got all kinds of music going on here. It's an ad for the big game that's jumping up on my iPad. Okay. Anyway, so if you recall at the end of Solo, you had a revived Darth Maul, except he goes by Maul now. Remember the singer at the end of Solo?
Yes.
And so Emilia Clarke's character was actually reporting to Darth Maul as the crime lord. Again, just Maul. So they've come back, picked up where that's left off. Maul is now a crime lord. And there was a teaser trailer who dropped a few weeks back that looked great. It's completely animated. It's the next Disney Plus Star Wars movie. It's got echoes of the George Lucas Star Wars Underworld series that was being rumored back, 2002, 2003. Do you remember that?
Yes, yeah. I mean, that was supposed to be. Was that the live action, though?
It was going to be live action. Apparently, there were 60 episodes written, but it was going to cost more than a feature film because of all the effects.
Wow.
And so there's...
And that's just been 23 years ago, and they could probably do it now, on a laptop.
Yeah, probably so. There's rumors that the Maul Shadow Lord animated series is going to have echoes of that, but they may be looking towards Underworld, the unused Underworld scripts, as their as a little bit of inspiration.
Okay.
So, should be interesting.
When is that coming out?
Sometime in April.
But it is an animated show as opposed to a live action.
That's right. That's right.
What time period would that be set in?
So it's going to be before the original trilogy.
Okay.
It's going to be after Solo.
Yeah. Sometime between Solo and so shortly after that time period.
Yeah, I would imagine so.
Need to look at another timeline and see where everything falls again.
Yeah. Did you watch Wonder Man?
Yes, loved it.
We'll talk about that later. Mm-hmm. What else? Are you watching Night of a Seven?
No, and I thought I would like to watch that. I mean, you don't have to have seen the other games.
You do not.
That's what it looked like. It looked like a fun, it's a little bit more lighthearted version. Am I wrong about that?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. There's a couple of crude.
HBO Max for that too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there are a couple of crude little places, pieces, parts there. Okay. But it's pretty fun. It's pretty fun.
No cruder than our latest text thread, though, probably, right?
No. I mean, a little bit of bathroom humor there, which it's like, I could go without that.
Yeah.
But
sometimes they just can't let that go. Maybe in the second season they'll find their own legs.
Well, it's not really bathroom humor as much as he's a knight roughing it and the lack of bathroom facilities.
Okay, gotcha.
So anyway, but yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Okay, so how many is it all? Are they all released?
No, they've only got 3 episodes dropped,
like they did with Game of Thrones and all the others.
Yeah, but it's
it takes place before,
100 years before.
So it's between
House of the Dragons and Game of Thrones.
Yeah, okay,
and you would probably see much, much, much younger versions of older characters from Game of Thrones.
Okay.
And I'll just leave it at that.
All right.
So,
okay.
Are you watching Starfleet Academy?
I've watched the first 2 episodes, maybe the first 3 episodes of that. And I know I've got, well, today's Thursday, so I'll have 2 left to watch. So what is that, 4 and 5 that I have to watch? Are you watching it at all?
I'm having a hard time getting through the first episode.
Get through the first episode. The first episode to me, it's one of those where, I don't know. I enjoyed the latter half of the first episode a whole lot more than I did the first half, because I did the same thing. I started watching it and just stopped. I said, this is just, they could definitely do with some editing. The shows are an hour or longer, and they probably need to be 40 minutes at best.
Yeah.
So there needs to be some editing in it. Some of the characters that may grate on your nerves in the first one, you start to kind of appreciate a little more.
Yeah.
It's definitely, I mean, like I said, it felt like a, what did I say? At first I was saying it's a little bit of Harry Potter meets Star Wars, because you've got them in this academy. I think there's a certain Legion of Superheroes aspect to it that I liked. But it's probably, there's maybe more of a little adult Saved by the Bell meets.
The bird watching Klingon.
Yeah, people have a problem with that.
I mean, my, and I'm just not buying Holly Hunter's character.
Holly Hunter took me a little bit, and no, I'm still not sure I'm 100% on board with her. I really like the Doctor being back from Voyager.
Yeah.
I like that character. And there's some Tig Notaro shows up later, and her character is good. The drill sergeant kind of woman is fun. Holly is just so, Holly Hunter's character is just so different from what we've seen and what we assume we should see in what is essentially the captain's role.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard. She's, very bohemian, hippie-ish. She's 500 years old or something. And
she's the same race as the Klingon, as the chief engineer from Enterprise.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So, and I couldn't help but wonder if they originally wanted to get Carol Kane in that role, because some of it feels a little, like that. This was written for Carol Kane.
Yeah.
But yeah, so there's a little bit, there's some quirky behavior to it that I think maybe it's like a 500-year-old person doesn't really care anymore, and they're going to do whatever they want to do. Yeah. But again, I say that, I've enjoyed it, but not enough to where I go, I'm anxiously awaiting the next one, which is, with Wonder Man. Again, I think they did a great job keeping him around 30 minutes. Yeah. So like I binge watched two episodes, and then watched all of the remaining 4 episodes, night before last. Yeah. So, it's just, but those little bite size, and it's night and day in terms of a show that I, like, okay, and one that really, really, I could not stop watching.
It hit all the right points.
It really did.
We'll wait
on that.
We'll wait till Jay gets here. All right, we're going to take a break. I think we're going to talk, finally, Stranger Things up next. All right, we're back. We're going to talk Stranger Things, not this show, but the Netflix series. So you finally finished it up.
Yeah, I finished it up. Will and I watched it. We watched it. I guess we finished it up. Maybe it was before the big ice storm. So whenever that was, maybe a couple of weeks ago now. Yeah. Yeah. And we enjoyed it. We liked it a lot.
Yeah. So,
and there will be spoilers here for people.
Yeah, spoilers, and
if we can remember what happened.
Yeah. Well, number one, how do you think the conclusion was?
I enjoyed the conclusion. I thought it was good. I thought, as we've mentioned before, I thought could have been some editing. Some of the things kind of started to run a little slow to me. I think there was a real, nostalgic nod, some fan service in terms of, looking back. But there were a lot of really long speeches, especially in the as we got towards the last 2 episodes, that were important, but I thought were overly long. Yeah, it's like Will even said, okay, we're fighting the monster, and but let me just stop and have a 30-minute discussion about what our friendship means to each other. So it's good. Like I said, part of me wonders if, because of the extended time it took to go from season 1 to season 5 is what this is, right? Yeah. That we ended up with more nostalgia at the end than we would have if it had just been something that came out every year.
Yeah. Maybe so. Maybe so.
I enjoyed it. I liked it. I mean, it was good. It was really good to see the child that now grown pretty much actors in their younger years, and you went, oh my gosh, they've changed so much.
Yeah.
So that was fun.
They had the first episode of season 1 was a little bit of a shock as they're that much older.
Yes.
You got to it, and that was fine.
Yeah.
But once they got into it, I really, really enjoyed it.
Yeah, me too.
I thought Linda Hamilton's character was somewhat wasted.
Yeah. I mean, because you had Linda Hamilton.
Yeah.
I mean, she should have been on the screen, what was the character Molly? There was apparently had more the daughter. I mean the sister of whose sister is she? She's not the blonde headed girl who was trapped in the. Is she Molly?
Yeah, I think so.
Anyway, she was on the screen more, and she was great. I mean, she was great. I mean, we're going to see, and I don't know the actress's name. We could look it up. We're not. You can go ahead and do that, but. You're going to see her. She's one of those. It's like seeing Elle Fanning or Dakota Fanning or Drew Barrymore or whatever. I have a feeling we're going to see her a lot, in coming years.
And Delightful Derek.
Yes, Delightful Derek was great. Just so good. But Linda Hamilton felt like they, we've got Linda Hamilton, but we really don't know what to do with her.
Exactly. I felt like they could have gotten pretty much anybody could have played that role.
Yeah. And maybe ChatGPT, when it was writing the scripts for this, didn't, which is the rumor of what happened.
No.
I mean, did you see that though?
No.
There's a shot of them, and they've got ChatGPT or some other AI window open, and people said, did they use ChatGPT to write the scripts for this thing? And they said, no, they did not. But anyway,
I will tell you, I've been using Claude a lot. And it's unbelievable.
Yeah, we probably need to have an AI Where Is It Now episode.
It'll be outdated in about 3 hours.
It will be. It absolutely will. We'll just get AI to do it.
Yeah, that's right.
And you could.
Yeah. Could with 11 Labs.
Yeah,
boy.
I'm gonna check that out.
Yeah.
Anyway,
pretty awesome stuff.
We digress.
Well,
it's what we do. That should be our tagline.
That is.
Guys of a certain age, we digress
all the time.
Yeah.
So I thought they stuck the landing. I thought
so too. Like I said, the things I have are quibbles.
Yeah.
But,
the effects work was pretty good.
Really good. Yeah. Yes, very good.
And it apparently, as you can see, if you go back to watch season 1, you can see the progress of effects all the way through.
I mean, it felt very much like some of the best Stephen King stories, without being derivative of those.
Yeah,
I just felt like, man, I'm watching The Stand or Gunslinger and all this kind of stuff.
A lot of folks threw a fit because it turned out to be a wormhole, which is very sci-fi, which I thought was great.
Yeah.
And the upside down wormhole, I mean, truly upside down.
Yes.
Did the wormhole hypothesis?
I thought that was fun. I mean, I think we had all thought it was going to be more supernatural from the first few seasons or whatever.
Yeah.
But to me, it didn't lose anything by becoming a wormhole.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I thought that was fun.
Music selection I thought was great.
It was so good.
And the music selection has been great all the way through. I read an interview with, what's her face? Nora Felder, who was the music supervisor for the series. And she talked about how difficult some of the selections were. Like getting Kate Bush's Running Up a Hill was not that difficult because I remember that song when it came out. And again, these kids in show graduated in 89, I graduated in 88. So
so you're very much that same age.
My peeps. And but the ending ending sequence, again, spoilers, and I mean the only movie that has a longer ending sequence than this is The Return of the King.
Yeah, that's exactly. I kind of made that same thought comparison.
But they wanted to, if you recall, they have to play a record to hit a bomb to blow up. And so they needed a popular album that had a amazing first and last track.
Yes.
And so that narrowed down a ton, and they kept coming back to Prince.
Yes.
And I guess that was 1999. I guess that was the album, 1999.
Yeah.
And, Purple didn't, I think it started with When Doves Cry ends with Purple Rain.
Yeah, that would be Purple Rain, the Purple Rain album.
That would be it's stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
it
I
would be
did the same
1990.
thing. I was going,
Yeah. It's Purple Rain.
Yeah.
And so the Prince estate does not license movies. I mean music.
Yeah.
And so they reached out and they pointed to they said, this is for the climactic set piece, the whole end of the show. And we want to show you what happened with Kate Bush's song from a stream, download, purchase. And we just think this would be great for everybody involved. And the estate said, sure.
Yeah.
And
it works so well.
Incredibly well.
Yeah. As did the Kate Bush song.
Yeah. Yeah. And one of the things I really like about what they did with music is they got the popular stuff, but some of the stuff that they pulled, like Running Up That Hill, was not a
hit.
It wasn't a hit.
Yeah.
That was a college radio piece.
It sure was.
And so it just
Kate Bush never really kind of. I mean, she had some movies and soundtracks, especially some John Hughes movies.
Yeah,
but never really hit that big. Probably was her biggest hit was after Stranger Things.
Yeah,
no question. I would say.
I'm going to see if I can find.
While you're doing that, I'll say that Winona Ryder. What I've read is that she turned out to be kind of a very much an expert on the 80s and would, correct things that were in the show that, well, no, this piece of music wasn't out then or whatever. They didn't do this. They didn't say this then. So she kind of helped, make sure that the 80s were accurately represented.
So season 1, and this would have been in 83. So Africa by Toto, Should Have Stayed or Should Have Go by The Clash, As You Say, Shade of Winter, Bangles
by the Bangles.
Yeah. Heroes, Peter Gabriel, Atmosphere, Joy Division. Sunglasses at Night by Corey Hart was huge. Season 2, Whip It by Devo. Talking in Your Sleep by the Romantics, Girls on Film by Duran Duran, The Ghost in You by Psychedelic Furs, Runaway by Bon Jovi, I forgot that was in there, Time After Time and Every Breath You Take, and Twist of Fate, so that was all big hits. Season 3, Never Surrender, another Corey Hart tune. I mean, that took his entire library right there.
That's right.
Moving Stereo by The Cars, Working for a Living by Huey Lewis, She's Got You by Patsy Cline, Material Girl, Madonna, Cold as Ice, Foreigner, Things Can Only Get Better by Howard Jones, Wake Me Up Before You Go, The Wham, Rockin' the USA, John Mellencamp, Season 4, California Dreamin', Object of My Desire, Running Up That Hill.
Yeah.
Detroit Rock City, that was in there. You Spin Me Round by Dead or Alive, Rock Me Amadeus, Falco, Tarzan Boy by Baltimore.
I forgot about that one.
Psycho Killer by Talking Heads. Pass the Duchy by Musical Youth to the left-hand side. Yeah. Episode 8 and season 4 had Separate Ways. And then the two breakout songs in season 4, obviously Running Up That Hill, but Master of Puppets.
Yes.
By Metallica.
Eddie's.
Yeah.
Eddie's tune. Yeah.
Which he learned how to play. And apparently he ended up backstage at a Metallica concert talking with the guys about it. So, but anyway.
He's gone on to play Johnny Storm.
Yeah.
Actor, I can't remember his name.
Yeah. He's great.
He really is good. Yeah.
Yeah. So they, Running Up That Hill was in season 5 was used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times.
Wow.
Yeah.
And it was also used in season 5 as well, but
yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's how many times it was used in 5.
Okay.
6
times in season 5?
Yeah.
Okay. I was thinking that was season 4.
Yeah. No, season 5, 6 times throughout.
Gosh, dog. I don't remember really being in that much, but I guess every time they were trying to get Max out of the coma. Yeah.
So, one of the things that was really cool for me was the handing off at the end of, as what's the kid's name? Not Will Byers, but the Finn Wolfhard's character. He's going up the steps and Mike's going up the steps, getting ready to go to college, whatever.
And Molly is Mike's sister.
And then Molly runs down with her friends, including Delightful Derek, and they're going to play D&D.
Yes.
And the cycle just starts over.
Yeah.
So
I almost got that 70s show vibe from that, although we're into the 80s going into the 90s. But so that was pretty cool.
Yeah. A lot of fun. I don't know that I'll rewatch Stranger Things.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, did you rewatch it at all before this season?
So I hit a couple of episodes that the Duffer Brothers suggested, and then I read some recaps and went into it pretty cold.
There's a making of show that's like 2 hours long. Have you watched that?
No, I want to watch that.
I think I'm going to watch that, but I agree with you. It's one of those that's kind of, some shows you can go on and almost have in the background and still follow what's happening. You have to invest, I think, into Stranger Things a little bit more so, and it's just hard to do that.
Yeah.
Over the life of a whole series. It's hard enough to do it for a movie, but a series is kind of tough. Although I say that, and I still want to go back and do Breaking Bad, but
yeah. Well, I just rewatched Mad Men.
Oh yeah, you said that.
Boy, I tell you what, AMC was on a roll. Breaking Bad,
Mad Men,
Halt and Catch Fire. Yeah, they had it. Walking Dead.
Did they do Better Call Saul, or had that moved to another network?
No, AMC was Better Call Saul as well. So, and then Vince Gilligan went off to do Pluribus.
Yeah, which we'll also talk about later.
Yeah, at some point. All right, final thoughts on Stranger Things?
I like you said, I think they stuck, like you said, they stuck the landing. I agree with that. I'm glad they wrapped it up like they did. I think it reached a satisfying conclusion. I've heard talk about spinoffs or whatever. I don't know that we need to any more in that universe, but depends on what they do.
Well, let me ask you: do you think Elle's alive?
Oh yeah, I think Elle's alive.
Yeah,
I think so.
The make believe ending was what I loved about the way they left it is the plausibility of Elle escaping.
Yeah.
Was quite good. So
yeah, I think so. Yeah, but it was the whole wrap up again and seeing them as they graduated that time and how the city had kind of was bouncing back, but that it wasn't like they didn't do something where it never really happened, right?
Yeah.
But you see sometimes, well, nobody remembers this but us, and I'm glad they didn't do that.
Yeah.
The scene on the rooftop with the older group or whatever, that was nice.
Kind of had a Big Chill type of
very
feel.
much so.
Yeah.
Yes,
or Breakfast Club.
Kind of a combination there.
Yeah.
What if the Breakfast Club came back for a Big Chill weekend?
Yeah.
So that's which maybe there's a movie there.
Yeah.
But so it's good. And like I said, the characters, they struck gold with the casting because all of them were great. I can't think of a single cast member that I didn't think was just right for the part.
So who's going to be the big breakout star? Millie Bobby Brown?
She already has been to a degree.
Yeah.
I think she certainly has been. I think Wolf Fine, whatever his name is, I think he's going to do something.
Yeah.
I just, right now he's concentrating on his music.
Like Steve.
Yeah. Steve, I can see doing some stuff. But I really think Molly.
Joe Carey is Steve, by the way.
Joe Carey, yeah. He and Dustin, who's the actor, are planning to do some stuff together. But Mike, I can see him doing some stuff and probably getting involved in maybe some indie films and things and maybe get behind the camera. So
Yeah. Finn Wolfhard is Mike.
Yeah.
And then Noah Schnapp is Will Byers. Gatton Matarazzo.
Yeah. Now he does stuff on Broadway, was already a Broadway kid.
Yeah.
So, but
to me, Joe Carey and Sadie Sink and Millie Bobby are probably the breakouts.
Yeah. And I think Sadie Sink with the Marvel stuff coming up is really going to hit it big.
Natalia Dyer, who played Nancy Wheeler, is probably going.
Yeah, she was the one they talked about doing a spinoff, and I'm sure you've seen the memes, which I love, that have Nancy and Steve and Robin, and I guess it's who's the guy that I can't remember. This is Will's brother, older brother.
Yeah.
They have them as
Charlie Heston, Jonathan Byers.
Yeah, they have him as the four of them as the Scooby-Doo characters.
Yeah.
And they really look good.
They really do.
Yeah.
So, is this David Harbour's signature role?
That's a good question. I can't think of, I know he was in Hellboy.
Hellboy.
Yeah. Hellboy. But that was, that was not his signature role at all. It's kind of a mistake. I think this is probably, I don't know, but he's so good in the Marvel movies. Of course, his character is gone now.
Yeah.
But
He was.
I think this is the one he's going to, until he does something, and I don't doubt that he will. This will be the role he's probably most remembered.
He was in the Newsroom as well, which was a lot of fun. So Aaron Sorkin verse. One day you guys will get into the Sorkin verse.
The Sorkin verse.
And you'll love it as much as I do. All right, that's going to do it for this time around. We'll see you.